welcome back to Naturally Nija. How y'all doing? Hope you guys are doing well. So as you guys can tell by the title, today I am going to be giving my personal take on the benefits of working with the moon cycles. Okay, disclaimer, like I just mentioned, these are my personal experiences. Everybody has different experiences when it comes to working with the moon, when it comes to everything, but I just wanted to put that out there because you may hear somebody else talking about their experience or experiences with working with the moon cycles, and it may sound different or it may be different than mine, and that's perfectly okay because we're all different individuals. We all have different experiences. We all see different results. So just wanted to give that disclaimer. Okay, this is my personal experience with working with the moon cycles, and I really hope that my story influences someone to begin working with the moon cycles because it's so beautiful and the rewards are amazing. Okay, you don't have to be consistent with it. Of course, the more consistent you are, the more you'll reap the rewards or like the benefits of the overall working with the moon cycles. But if you're a beginner, you don't have to do every single moon cycle. It's going to take you a minute to develop your flow. It's going to take you a little while to develop what works for you exactly in regards to working with the moon cycles, because I know for me it took me a little minute to figure out my flow, my rhythm. And of course I got ideas of how to work with the moon cycles from other spiritualists that helped me. So that's why I'm here to help you. Okay, if nobody has ever talked to you about this, if you've never heard about working with the moon cycles, you want to hear it today. Okay. And like I mentioned, I hope that with you hearing this, you begin working with the moon. Okay, so the moon is feminine. We have the sun, we have the moon. The sun is masculine, the moon is feminine. It's that yin yang energy. Okay, if you want to bring astrology into it, the moon correlates with Cancer, Pisces energy. Okay, the moon represents the unknown and tarot, like what's hidden or what's being hidden. The moon is just the moon. Okay, look at my moons on my tapestry or tapestry, however you pronounce it. The moon cycles, look, it's all resonating. But anyway, I absolutely love the moon. And fun fact, little story time, I actually used to be terrified of the moon, like the full moon specifically. And you will never believe why. When my grandma was living, she was very superstitious. I remember one night as a child, I heard her, she said that when there's a full moon, that I'm getting all tripped up. She said that when there's a full moon, it meant that babies were being born and that people were dying. And for whatever reason, that stuck with me for years. And like whenever I saw a full moon, I would always just be so scared. I was like, oh my God, somebody's gonna die. Like it was insane. So for a long time I was so terrified of full moons. I'm so glad that I've gotten over that fear though. But anyway, superstitious grandparents. But yeah, so anyway, jumping right into the topic, where do I want to begin? We'll begin with new moons. Okay, for me, I only work with the new moons and the full moons. I'm pretty sure there's people out there that work with, the other moon cycles, the gibbous moon, all the other ones, but I only work with the full moon and the new moons. So when it comes to new moons, the new moon represents basically a new, like I wouldn't say a new beginning, but basically a new beginning. It's the start of the moon phase. Okay, it's the beginning. Okay, so when there's a new moon, that is the perfect time for you to set new intentions. Okay, to write out manifestations. It's the perfect time for you to do spells. If you're into spell work, that'll be the perfect time for you to start a new spell, a new candle, whatever you do. Yeah, it's just a perfect time to set new intentions and really embark or really focus on what you want to transpire for you throughout that specific phase of the moon cycle. All right. Yes. It's very short, sweet, and to the point. When working with the new moon, just make sure that you are thinking clearly, make sure that you are thinking positive thoughts, make sure that whatever you are manifesting is, of course, it's going to be positive, but just make sure that you're thinking positively and that you're actually putting your intentions into the new moon. Like, you can sit outside, you can sit in your room, you can sit wherever you want to sit and just really look up at the sky, you know, have your piece of paper out, write down, for this new moon, blank blank blank, you know, yada 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 yada, for this new moon I am manifesting this, for this new moon I already have this, for this new moon, to just set the intention, okay, and just let it fly. Set the intention and let it fly. Okay, I'm back. I know you guys never even realized I left, but I wanted to pull up these cycles of the moon so I can give you guys exact definitions on each moon cycle and what to do during each phase. If you are interested in practicing not practicing, but if you are interested in setting intentions for each moon cycle, I'm going to give you some info. And also, while I was getting up, the channeled song Wait a Minute by Willow Smith came to my mind. What specific part? The part where she's like something about a 6th dimension. Wait a minute, I think I left my on your front doorstep. Okay, yeah, anyway, so go listen to Wait a Minute by Willow Smith. Okay, I think it's by Willow Smith. Okay, all right. So like I said, the new moon is all about setting intentions, okay, new beginnings, and also self-care. I didn't mention that, but yes, the new moon is also just about caring for self, getting your rest. All right, the next phase is the waxing crescent moon. And for that specific moon phase, goal setting and planning would benefit you. So during the waxing crescent moon, set goals, write out plans, okay? The next one is the first quarter moon, and taking action and working to bring goals to fruition would be best during the first quarter moon, all right? The next one is the waxing gibbous moon. It says reflecting and meditation are best to practice during a waxing gibbous moon. All right, the next one is the full moon. During the full moon, it's all about your manifestations coming into fruition. It's harvest season or harvest time. All right, and after the full moon, it's the waning or the waning gibbous moon, and that one represents practicing creative pursuits or hobbies, so focusing on your hobbies during that time. After the waning gibbous moon is the last quarter moon. During the last quarter moon, you'd focus on releasing, letting go, and energy clearing, okay? And then after the last quarter moon is the waning crescent moon, and with that moon, you'd focus on just quiet contemplation and planning next steps, basically getting ready to prepare for the next new moon, where you'll set intentions again and do it all over again, okay? So yes, if you're interested in working with every single moon phase, there you go. All right, you can do all of those, and I'm sure you'll receive beautiful results, great results for working through those, okay? Like I mentioned, for me, I typically only work with the new moon and the full moon. So I mentioned what I do for the new moon. Now for the full moon, I know the full moon is all about, you know, receiving your manifestations and the harvest and all of that from what you did during the previous moon cycles, and that is very much true. But for me, I really focus on releasing during full moons, okay? When there's a full moon, I'm writing down a list of things that I want to release that I've recognized are not serving me anymore, okay? There's always something that I need to release, okay? Whether it's a person, a situation, a thought, an idea, like, there's always something, a toxic or a harmful thought or idea, of course, not the positive ones. You only want to release things that are harming you and are not serving you, okay? So yes, I'll write down what I want to release. I'll put down full moon release ritual, and I'll write the date, and then I'll write down what I am planning to release. I'll go outside, I'll stand by a tree, I'll be out in nature somewhere, and I will first of all pray to God, my ancestors, the universe, before I start the release ritual. I'll pray, and then I'll begin reading off what I plan to release. that I wrote down on the piece of paper. Once I finish reading everything out, I then burn it. So I then set it on fire, okay, because setting it on fire and burning it is like sealing the deal. It's sealing what you plan to release, and I just let it burn into earth. And yeah, I kid you not, there are times when I've written down things to release, and you know, let's say like a few weeks go by and I'm literally sitting to myself thinking, what did I write down to release? Like I legit am not able to remember, because that's how that's how powerful the release or the burning ritual is in general. Like when you release something, it's literally out of sight, out of mind. Like my ancestors, they don't play. Like if I'm releasing it, it's out of my aura. So I'm like, oh my god, what did I write down again? I legit am not able to remember what I wrote down because it's been released. So you'll notice those changes, you'll notice those benefits. Things will actually release that you want to be released. You will no longer struggle with what you wrote down I'm sorry. And yeah, so for full moons, I'm really focusing on releasing. Yeah, you can also do a candle. It's the same thing as with the new moon. You can do a candle, a 7-day candle, a 3-day candle, 5-day candle, 1-day candle, whatever you want to do. You can do money candle, love candle, anything positive. No dark magic, no black magic. I ain't speaking of that. I don't know nothing about that. Okay, but yeah, you can do a positive spell, positive candle for a full moon to bring in manifestations quicker, or just to bring in manifestations. Yeah, that's what I do. I don't do too much, but what I do benefits me. Whatever I do for the new moon benefits me, and whatever I do for the full moon benefits me. They both benefit me, and I always see results, okay? And it's always just beautiful. It's like a constant cycle because I'm always working with the moon, okay? I'm always working with the moon. I love the moon. Yes. So that's the video, guys. That's pretty much it. I feel like I wasn't too informative, but I gave you guys what I had. I gave y'all what I could give y'all, okay? I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you really work with the moon, or you at least gain some type of, you know, curiosity in regards to working with the moon. Let me know how it goes for you if you do begin after watching this video. There is a full moon coming up on December 15th, so that can be your next opportunity to work with the full moon on that day. Do you a release ritual, do a burn release ritual, whatever the case. You can do a candle like I mentioned, or just bring in manifestations, okay? Hone in on what you are wanting to manifest during the full moon. Meditate and just visualize what you are wanting to bring into your life, okay? So yeah, that's all, guys. I love you guys so much. Thank y'all for being here. If you are new, be sure to subscribe if you resonate with my energy, of course, okay? Thank you guys so much for supporting me, and you guys have a great rest of your day. All right, I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.